What are the cons of not having kids? If something breaks in your house, you have only yourself to blame. According to my dad, if he didn't have kids, no one would talk to him. Which is true. But only because he's just awful to talk to. Who else will grab the remote? Can't use the kids as an excuse to get out of social engagements you don't want to go to. I solved this problem with these 7 easy words your social anxiety doesn't want you to know about. I don't want to go to that. You run out of people to tell your 4 funny stories and 6 jokes. No one to avenge your death or finish your life's work. There are fewer people to walk the dog, though that results in more healthy exercise. In general, you lose all your friends who have kids. Parents socialize when the kids play, etc., and you aren't invited, so you miss out. Eventually, you stop getting invited to most things because you're just not around enough to be planned in. My dad jokes are wasted. You don't get to experience the joy of a second childhood. I'm childless by choice, but I love seeing my niece's excitement over holidays and vacations. My brother loves playing Santa for the kid and seeing the joy of Christmas morning. My grandpa always joked that hanging out with me was like having a third childhood because we'd always do fun things like visit dinosaur museums or make snowmen together. You keep having to either dodge the question or explain why you don't have or want kids when it's nobody's fucking business. You have to pick up the dog shit yourself. So I'm not pro-procreation at all. I don't have children and don't want them. But there are definitely downsides to it, though to be fair there are also downsides to having children too. Mainly, that having kids can be extremely fulfilling and a rewarding experience. Seeing a human being that is part you, part someone you love deeply, at least in theory, grow and develop. It can be profoundly rewarding to see them learn new things, engage in the world, and blossom into a full-fledged adult. It's also fun to show them your favorite things and see how they react, like movies and video games. Of course, this can be accomplished without having biological children. I just want to share my thoughts as a counter to all the cynicism you see on here regarding families and children. Can't claim dependence on taxes. People assume you have no plans or responsibilities. Hard to explain this, dad bod. In most countries, adult children will take care of the elderly parent. It's a huge factor in countries without safety nets. I'm very lonely. If I outlast my wife, I'm probably gonna die in my living room chair and sit there for a few months till someone finds me. People constantly ask why you don't have them. You don't get those nice tax bonuses for having them. You are expected to schedule your life around other people's children, coworkers taking off for spring break, etc. People assume you hate children. People assume you have no need for raises, vacations, etc. because you don't have children to provide for. You and your partner mates will never be considered a family because you don't have children. And most importantly, you can't go to the playground and use the swings. People assume you're creepy.